Barbara Jones, someone's as well a ex-attorney in Manhattan and now plant at a big individual law company, will overview the documents to do certainly investigators can't use any sensitive legislative job. Cohen did for clients love CEO Donald Trump Card, the Trump Card Organization and Sean Hannity. She will eventually solve which is deliberate privileged content how prosecutorial can't view. Magistrate Kimba Timber set out a general scope for how the trial will be controlled but left word-lot decisions to be done by the specific wizard. She told the documents how were not deliberate privileged should be rotated above to prosecutorial as quickly as how definition is done by Jones. The prosecutorial include requested for a fast overview. They quoted Trump Card's comments to Fox News story Thursday night, following the CEO told Cohen, executed a diminutive slight faction of legislative job, to claim how the documents are hardly to include vast privileged documents. Prosecutorial withdrawn the documents previous in April in a attack of Cohen's building office space and a in-chamber wherever he was stay. With later, Cohen's law firm fought to see the documents up. Prosecutorial could use them and as well requested for a specific wizard. Trump Card's lawyers include objected to a specific wizard. Previous Thursday, the prosecutorial of the U.S. Lawyer's Office space in Manhattan omitted their opposition to an freelance peer reviewer. An lawyer for Turbulent Daniels, who has estimated Cohen was implicated in a silence cash transactions to repress her statement of an case in Trump Card up the poll, as well registered a movement in the trial Thursday to be heard in the instance. By intermediate, Daniels' law firm will ask the trial to retain documents and enable them to be discussed in instance they are pertinent in their individual civilian instance. The magistrate told she was prone to offer Daniels' lawyer a chair at the spreadsheet but restrained her judgment following the by the government requested to include before Monday to solve if to subject. The listening in New York Thursday was set to find out wherever the by the government is in its trial of transferring above copies of documents and electronic equipment withdrawn in the attack. She as well requested law firm for Cohen, the Trump Card Organization and the CEO to explanation how rapidly they could overview the material and do claims how several of them are secured. They submitted letters proverb they had big legislative and judicial teams accessible to overview. Attorney Thomas McKay told they include rotated above 7 of 8 boxes of testimony, 4 persons' cage phones and 1 iPad. He told Down there are yet on a half a dozen cage phones and iPads the by the government expects to rotate above Friday. The table of contents of 2 Blackberries may get as length as 3 weeks to be manufactured to Cohen and the specific wizard and 1 cage telephone may get 104 days to include its information recovered, McKay told. Prosecutorial reasoned their suggestion to enable a specific wizard to hold the original overview and later include the by the government and some parties fight above a less subsetting of documents how could be privileged would rate up the trial and enable the penal inquiry to go on. Placement the original identity of potential privileged material in the hands of a inert side guard versus the anxiety how and concerned side manufacturing the at first choice would be too broad or under-inclusive in their choice of the world of potential privileged material. How, in rotate, would cut downward on disputes among the parties as to benefit determinations, the by the government told. McKay told any future extension of the specific wizard's part to see for documents how are not sympathetic to the searching order, such as care accounting records of Cohen's household, would be a really severe extension of the question up the magistrate. He added how possessing Cohen's lawyer proposed non-responsive content would as well sluggish downward the problem at brush, review material for benefit. Daniels query Daniels, whose actual behalf is Stephanie Clifford, as well says she has a part to act in the instance. The porno celebrity told how documents undertaken in the FBI attack of Cohen's household and office space may infringe her confidentiality since they involve wide accounting records of her discussions in her ex-lawyer who treated to murder stories on her estimated relation in Trump Card, onto trial papers she's planned to folder in New York on Thursday particularly. Daniels told the documents fed prosecutorial took may involve emails, texts and sound recordings among her and her Keith Davidson, who cut the transactions in Cohen on a $130,000 silence fee up the 2016 president poll. Daniels' go-to-get portion in the instance in New York on Thursday could add else vote in the struggle above someone's review Cohen's archive. Now, Cohen and Fed prosecutorial are request for an freelance overview of the filings to cockleburr out his sensitive legislative job. The Trump Card organization and Trump Card, for whom Cohen has treated as a attorney, as well include sounding in the instance. Davidson was in concern in Cohen on Daniels as newly as the year, following she sued Trump Card in California, Avenatti wrote. Daniels has previous charged Davidson of work clothes in Trump Card's lawyer's time, claiming to lawyer on her name. Daniels claims the privacy of her lawyer-client relation in Davidson may be breached, relying on statements Davidson done on how frequently same speak in Cohen.